Hello? Who the hell is in this picture here? Hello? Who is this? The operator. Well, what do you want? Oh, yes, but that was a while ago. You never answered. Ah, I see. Well, here you are. How are you? That's nice. This is Norman Thayer, Jr., Professor Emeritus, University of Pennsylvania, Department of English, over on Golden Pond. On Golden Pond. It's in New England there, in the state of Maine. Well, where are you? I thought so. You have the accent, you know. Well, it doesn't matter. I'd like you to do something for me if you could. Call me up. Can you do that? Well, I want to see if the phone rings. It hasn't rung all winter that we know of. It may have lost its Watsy. Yes, do you have my number? Well, yes, I should think you would need that. On the phone? There's nothing written on the phone. Oh, wait a minute. I see what you mean. But I can't make it out. Note too small. They should write the numbers bigger. You just have to look it up. Oh, I haven't a clue. It has a 9 in it. That's all I know. Yes, I suppose there are a lot of numbers with 9s in them. Well, it's in the book. You must have a book. Norman Thayer, Jr. in the state of Maine. Yes, thank you. Who the hell is that? Someone's at the door.
It's me, you Pope!
Look at you.
Oh, yes, quite a sight, aren't I?
Where were you?
In the woods.
In the woods. How nice.
Oh, it's beautiful. Everything is just waking up. Little tiny leaves, little tiny birds. I saw 3 chippies and a whole patch of little tiny flowers out by the old cellar hole. Oh, and millions of little tiny black flies in my eyes and hair. Just terrible.
Well, what were you doing out there in the woods?
Getting kindling. Just look at this place.
It's a mess, isn't it?
Oh, not so bad. Just take a minute and it'll be all shipshape again. Come on, help me with the dust covers. What's happened to the screen door?
It fell over.
How?
I pushed it.
What do you mean?
I pushed the door and the door fell over.
It's not supposed to do that when you push it.
I didn't think so.
Well, you might have
I'll
closed
fix it later.
Oh, you might have closed the big door.
I didn't want to touch it. I was afraid of what might happen.
Now we'll be swatting at black flies for the next 2 days. The room is probably full of them.
I don't see any.
You don't see them, not till it's too late. Well, it's never quite as bad on the lakeside, though. Not when the wind is blowing. Oh, whitecaps today. I met a very nice couple.
Huh? Well, where?
In the woods.
You met a couple in the woods. A couple of people?
No, a couple of antelopes. Of course, a couple of people.
Well, what were these people doing in the woods?
Oh, they were walking. The name was Melchiori, I think.
Melchiori? What sort of a name is that?
Well, I don't know, dear. Italian, probably. They're up from Boston.
They speak English?
Of course they speak English. How do you expect I'd talk to them? Oh. Got that all right? They're a very nice middle-aged couple, just like us.
If they're just like us, they're not middle-aged.
Of course they are.
Middle age is the middle, Ethel, the middle of life. People don't live to be 150.
We are at the far edge of middle age, that's all.
We're not, you know. We're not middle-aged. You're old.
about this?
We can if you'd like.
The Melchioris, whatever their age group, are a nice couple, that's all. They're staying up at the Putnams, while the Putnams are in Europe.
Oh, do the Putnams know about it?
Yes, they're the best of friends. That's what Mrs. Melchiori said.
Ah!
Oh, Lord. They've invited us for dinner if we like.
Oh, I don't think my stomach is ready for rigatoni, that sort of thing. Tiramisu.
We didn't discuss the menu. Oh, guess who else I ran into?
You ran into someone else. The woods are teeming with people.
It was only Charlie.
Who is Charlie?
Charlie, the mailman.
What was Charlie the mailman doing in the woods?
He was on the road.
On the road? Well, you didn't say you went on the road. You said you were in the woods.
The road goes through the woods, you know.
I know that.
Well, Charlie wants to put in our dock.
What for?
To park the boat beside.
I'll put in the dock.
You won't put in the dock.
Why not?
Because you're too old.
I'm not old at all. I'm middle-aged.
Old Pearson has been putting in the dock for God knows how long anyway. Except he died last winter, so Charlie has offered to do it now that Pearson has received his just rewards.
How'd that come about?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose he got ill.
No, I meant how did the subject of the dock come about?
Oh, Charlie started talking about the dock when he said that it would be 2 more weeks before he starts delivering the mail by boat, and he wanted to be sure that we were okay. He must be the busiest man in the state of Maine.
Certainly the dimmest witted.
Norman.
I remember Charlie when he was just a little fellow. A little blonde-haired kid, used to laugh at everything. I thought then he was a bit deficient. Charlie must be 30 by now.
Charlie is 42. 4 years older than Chelsea.
Chelsea is 38. Our Chelsea.
I'm afraid so.
Good God. How do you like this house?
Quite a sight.
I should say so. How's that table, Letty?
Yes! My father built this table, you know.
Your father made it?
Yes. It's practically as old as the house. He built it the first year I went to Camp Shanken-Kaye. Charlie says he doesn't expect Miss Apley to make it up this year.
Who is Miss Apley?
Miss Apley, Norman, who lives with Miss Tate.
What do you think of this one?
Stunning. They're both in their 90s, I should think. I remember them up here when I was a teenager. They were wearing their neckties and singing together in the gazebo and holding hands. Oh, what a marvelous love affair. Can you imagine being together for so long?
No.
Thanks a lot. Well, and Charlie says that Miss Apley is just too frail, and Miss Tate won't come without her. One of them has a nephew, I believe, who will get the house. That's sad, isn't it? Oh! Poor Elmer has had a terrible fall.
Oh, poor Elmer.
Elmer, my doll! Oh, he fell in the fireplace. Poor little Elmer. The life you've led. Oh, did you know that he turned 65 this spring?
No, I must say I wasn't aware of that.
I got him for my 4th birthday. I remember it quite clearly. I wanted a red scooter. But my father said, red scooters are excessive and contrary to the ways of the Lord. You'll understand when you get older. I'm a lot older now, and I'm afraid I still don't understand. But he gave me Elmer, and Elmer and I became the best of friends. Oh, the times we had. He was my first true love, you know.
There's really no need to go over the vagaries of your youth. I've known all along I wasn't first in line.
Now, you were rather a cheap substitute for my darling Elmer. 65 years old. It's hard to think of a doll as being old. I mean, he doesn't look much different. Oh, a bit faded, perhaps, but he would still be a delight to a small child. Chelsea used to love him. Now he's had a fall. Poor dear.
Maybe he was trying to kill himself. Maybe he wanted to be cremated. He probably has cancer. Or termites or something.
Would you shut up? I swear, you get more morbid every year.
Well, it wouldn't be a bad way to go, you know. A quick front flip off the mantle, a little kick at the end, and then right into the fire.
Are you hungry, Norman?
No. Do that for me when it's my turn to go, will you? Put me up on the mantle, point which way is down. I may even go for a full gainer with a half twist. It's that little kick at the end I might have some difficulty with, but you could have Charlie hoist me back up again if I make a mess of it.
Norman!
We'll go for 3 tries and settle for the highest score. After 3 full gainers with a half twist, I'd be pretty well dead anyway. So if I haven't managed to hit the fire by the 3rd try, you could just give me a bit of a nudge.
You really are becoming a nitwit, aren't you, Norman?
I'm going to put that in the final instructions of my will. And let's call that Jewish fella up in Wilmington, see how much he charged for a rewrite. You wouldn't even need an urn. You could just shovel me out when I'm done and put me on your flowers. Oh, that's probably Mr. Shylock now, wanting to know if one of us has pooped out yet.
Your fascination with dying is beginning to frazzle my good humor. Don't you have anything else to think about?
Nothing quite as interesting.
Well, what's stopping you then? Why don't you just take your dive and get it over with? See what it's like.
Oh, and leave you alone with Elmer. You must think me mad. I've heard all those widow stories. You think you're going to get that?
Hello? Hello? There's no one there.
Ah!
No. Oh, hello? Yes? Oh, yes, of course. Just a moment, please. It's for you.
Who is it?
I don't know.
It's not St. Peter, is it?
What?
Hello? Who is this? The operator? What do you want? Oh, I'd given up on you. Oh, yes, the ring. Yes, well, did it work? Oh, yes, I suppose it did, Ring. That's why we picked it up. Well, everything honky-dory then, huh? Okay, well, thank you. I beg your pardon. She said, have a nice day. What a strange thing to say. What did she think I was going to do? Oh, the phone works anyway.
Good. What about those old fish poles? Been through them yet?
I don't think I'll be doing any fishing this time around.
All right.
It seems a shame to spend the money on a license.
All right.
You'd think they'd give it for free to an old case like me. It's not like I'm going to go out there and deplete the entire trout population of the lake or anything.
You always catch your share. You always have.
Yeah, well, all that's behind me now.
All right, Norman.
Who the hell is in this picture?
What picture?
This one. There's some fat lady with a fat little baby.
Oh, that's Millie's daughter Jane and her grandson, I don't remember his name.
Who's Millie?
Millie, Norman. Our next door neighbor in Wilmington.
Oh. So that's her name. Well, there's certainly a family resemblance through the generations, isn't there? Everyone's fat. Here's a picture of Chelsea on the swim team. She wasn't exactly thin.
She had a few fat years.
It's no wonder she couldn't do a backflip, no center of gravity.
Well, she tried, Norman.
I know that. I remember.
She only did it for you anyway. She only wanted to please you.
Yep.
Oh, maybe we could persuade her to come and spend a few days here this summer. Wouldn't that be nice?
How about a quick game of parcheesi?
Not right this minute.
Well, then I don't suppose you'd be interested in Monopoly then either.
We've got the whole summer. The whole summer for you to try and win back the fortunes you lost to me last year. I hope you've thought about your tactics over the winter. Pretty shoddy, some of those moves of yours. We've got the whole summer. Oh, it is so good to be home, isn't it? Oh, Norman!
What?
With the loons! Norman, I've spotted the loons!
Where?
Oh, use the glasses! Oh, my word! They're so lovely. Here. Do you see them?
No. Oh, there they are. Oh, my goodness.
Aren't they lovely?
They're huge. I've never seen such huge loons in my life.
Those aren't boats, you poop. Coming closer by the float.
Oh, those little things. Yes. Look at them swimming about.
Black and sleek, lovely animals.
How wonderful.
A husband and a wife? Oh, Norman, they're looking at us.
Yes.
Wait, they're nudging each other. I think they're talking.
Yes, they are, but I can't make out what they're saying. Can you read beak?
They're kissing is what they're doing.
Oh, how wonderful.
Do you realize that this is our 48th summer together, Norman? Our 48th summer on Golden Pond.
Oh,